Greetings folks, and as always I hope you're all shipshape wherever you are out there in collecting land, and thanks for tuning in for another unlicensed 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. So today it's the turn of Present Toys riff on Mads Mikkelson, aka Hannibal Lecter, from the TV show which ran for 3 seasons from around, I believe it was sort of 2013, 2015, something like that. Usual format, as always. Shout outs and backgrounds, a quick look at the box, then it will be out with the cannibal himself for an uncomfortably close-up look, and we'll be wrapping the whole thing up with the usual showcase at the end. As always, a massive shout out to everyone who subscribed to and supported the channel, and please drop a like on the video and help other people find the channel. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon. Lots of figure goodness coming up on the channel you won't want to miss. So Hannibal, the TV show, in 2 words, bloody brilliant. Great script, great acting, great direction, and arguably the best horror TV show ever made, in my humble opinion. Seek it out if you like your horror dark and edgy. That's an order. But that's enough of my ramblings. On to the box, and we'll stop it from spinning and have a quick look at it, as always. And I've got to say, bringers to the channel will know, I am a bit of a Present Toys fanboy, got a lot of their figures in my collection. I love the work they do, and my wallet loves their price point. But I've got to say straight away, this box is over and above what Present Toys normally do. It's also fair to point out at this juncture as well, this figure was released back, it's about a year ago. I've had it in the collection since it was released, so it's not a brand new figure. However, I thought it was long overdue, the Go figure review treatment. So yeah, box itself is really, really nicely done. On the front, you've got sort of these blood spatters running down, and it's all super high gloss, if the camera's catching that, which is nice. You've got Bloodthirsty Chef on the front, because obviously this is an unlicensed product. They couldn't whack Hannibal on there. But it says 6 scale collectible figure there. Present Toys at the bottom. On the right hand side, you've got Present Toys logo, and just sort of continuation of this, what looks like a slightly blood spattered wall. Around the other side, just the Present Toys logo again. Around the back, you have the usual warnings and credits at the bottom there. Don't piss this figure off, or it might gaslight you into a jail cell. On the top, it says Bloodthirsty Chef, with a really, really nice image of Mads Mikkelson himself. I believe this is actually one of the promotional shots from the TV show, and it says Bloodthirsty Chef again across the top, and you've got a nice little red heart there. Same story on the bottom. And the interesting thing about this box is that it's actually a slipcover design. Now, Present Toys normally just go for the sort of straightforward cardboard box approach, but they actually put a slipcover on here, which is really nice to see. And if you remove the slipcover, what you are greeted with is this really nice picture. Once again, this is Mads. This is not the figure, but once again, another promotional shot from the TV show. I love this this particular shot. I would put this on my wall if I had it framed. But yeah, picture of Mads and the antlers, blood-stained antlers around his face. I'm not going to plot spoil it, but people who've seen the TV show will know the significance of these antlers. So yeah, at the bottom says Bloodthirsty Chef, that heart again, Present Toys, and there's just a continuation around the sides here of that sort of antler theme, and the same warnings on the back there, and a red antler, a deer head there as well, same warnings again, and obviously it's the same thing on top and the bottom, it's a slipcover design. So there you have it, that is the box. So without further ado, let's do what we always do. Let's dive down onto the table, have a look at all the accessories that come with Hannibal the Cannibal. Okay, so it's accessory time, folks, and I have to say from the get-go, healthy amount of accessories here from Present Toys. Good to see, along with the really, really high quality packaging as well. It looks like they've pulled out all the stops here, but we'll start with hands as we always do. You know me and my strange hand fetish. And another thing that surprised me too is we're looking at seamless arms. This is really, really, it's like Present Toys went for it big style here. You get 4 seamless arms that interchange at the elbow. There are 2 gripping hands and 2 open palm hands. The other 2 are on the figure. We'll take a look at those when they come out, but we'll grab this one. This is the gripping hand, and take a look at the quality that we're looking at here. And I have to say, Present Toys have done a marvellous job here on this sculpt. The sculpt itself is really, really good. I'll try and get it as close into camera as I can. The vein work on here and the bone structuring is really, really good. What you'd expect from a much higher end, much more expensive figure. The paint applications are really nice. Skin texture is great. There's all kinds of tonal changes going on this skin, which is fantastic to see. There are reds in there. The texturing is great, even down. And I'm trying to get this in as close as I can, even down to almost sculpted in hairs on the backs of the arms. So yeah, phenomenal job here from Present Toys, considering the price point. Really good work. So yeah, that's the one of the gripping hands. You've got fingernails on there. They're not the most detailed I've ever seen, but they're pretty good. Creasing in the palms there. Just overall, really, really good work, I think, from Present Toys. Let's check the flexibility. Yeah, we're looking at a medium here, soft to medium, which is great for gripping those accessories. So yeah, that's the gripping arm, and pretty much the same story with the open palm hand as well. Just the same level of paint applications and sculpt, even down to the bones, the sort of tendons in the wrist there as well. Really nice work from Present Toys. We're off to a promising start. I've seen this figure before, you know I have, but yeah, I've not looked at it up close like this for a long time, and yeah, pleasantly surprised by the quality here. So what else do you get with the figure? We'll get the big stuff out of the way. You get this table. Now, straight away, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that there's a little hole in here, so I think it's been filled in, but I'm assuming this is Present Toys repurposing the Hot Toys Joker table, that being the hole for the pencil there. But yeah, it's pretty much identical to that table. Those who've got the figure will know what I'm talking about. There's nowhere near as much weathering and detail on this, though. It's a lot more basic. There are no scratches on the surface here. There's no weathering on the legs or on the sides, but it still serves a purpose, and pretty nicely made too. And yeah, nice to have included with the figure. So yeah, that's the table, all plastic, all painted silver. We'll pop that to one side off camera so it doesn't get in the way. And let's take a look at the base. Quick look at the base. Base itself is the usual Present Toys story. Just this plastic oval that we come to expect from Present Toys, with a sticker across the top. Good to see the stickers on top. I do like this sticker. I'm not the world's biggest fan of these bases, as regulars to the channel will know. I prefer my diorama bases, but you know, it's good to see that they put a sticker on there, and it's a really nice sticker too. It's got the Hannibal logo across the front in that font that they used in the TV show, and the bloody antlers as well. So yeah, comes with your standard issue crotch grabber that simply slots into the back, that we all know and love, he said confidently, because the thing won't damn well go in. Right, yeah, standard issue crotch grabber. So yeah, that's your stand. What else do you get? We'll take a look at the chopping board. You get a chopping board, all one piece of sculpted plastic, relatively simple. There's some wood graining effect in the sculpt there to give it that sense of realism, and yeah, just a brown plastic chopping board, wooden chopping board. Along with the chopping board, you get his knife. Now, this is all metal, which is nice to see. I mean, it's not sharp, but it's heavy, so I would say exercise caution when handling this. Don't want any injuries out there, any Hannibal-esque injuries. But yeah, the sculpt's really, really nice. There's some paint applications on the surface of the knife to give it a sort of a used look and a really nice shine. Improves that authenticity. Got that sort of gripped effect on the handle there. But yeah, just really, really nice inclusion. It's got some heft to it as well, that knife. Pop that to one side. That's the chopping board as well. We'll keep the chopping board and the knife actually out for this. You also get this, and I think this is the first time I can put my hand on my heart and say this is the first time I have ever examined close-up 1/6 scale meat. So you've got here what I can only assume is a piece of steak, and it's just, I'll try and get this close. It's just really nicely done. It's got that sort of crisscross grill effect on it. The paint applications are really nice. There's some reddening in the centre there for the rare section, and it's just really nicely done. And there's a slice as well that's been removed from the main body of the meat as well, which is the same too. Yeah, like I say, you know, I've come across a lot of things in my time as a collector, but 6 scale meat's a first on me, but nice to see. So yeah, that's your steak. I am assuming it's steak. So you got your steak, your knife, your chopping board. What else do you get? You get a wristwatch. Now, I'd be interesting to see how you get this wristwatch onto the seamless arms. Do you have to undo it? I have never displayed it with this wristwatch on, but it is really nicely done. All one piece of sculpted plastic. I think actually these the strap itself. I'll try and get this in close. The strap itself, I think, might be pleather. Yeah, it feels like pleather, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't checked what watch Mads Mikkelson wore in the. I've not got into that minutiae, but I will off camera. But yeah, nicely done. Plastic face, nicely sculpted. So yeah, interesting to see how you get this onto the arm. As I say, I've never tried. It's going to be a first for me with this figure. I'm going to try and get it onto the arm. So we'll pop that to one side, and finally you get this little. Well, what can I call it? Cloth. Yeah, chef's cloth. And you can have it rolled up like I've got it here, tucked under his arm. You can hold it. You can have him cleaning the knife with it. It's just a little piece of flannel cloth, and simple white flannel cloth. But yeah, nice accompaniment to the other accessories. So yeah, there you have it. That's all the bits and pieces that come with your Hannibal figure. So what we will do next is, as we always do, is we will bring out Mads himself. We will get him onto that stand, get him onto the turntable, and take a close-up look at him. Okay, so here's Hannibal, onto the stand, onto the turntable. Can't give first impressions, obviously, but as I always do on the channel, I will give my 1000th impression. And I think straight away, proportions are on point, the outfit looks great, the head sculpt looks good. If it was a first impression, it would be a very, very good first impression, but we'll do the usual. We will give him the once over, we'll get him off the stand, start at the bottom, work our way up the old story, and check out what Hannibal's all about. Let's stop him from spinning and get him closer into camera. Yeah, just as an aside here, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but if you haven't seen the actual TV show itself, it really is worth seeking out. Mads' performance in particular, Mads Mikkelson's performance, he could have done a carbon copy of Hopkins, or a poor imitation, but he didn't. He took the character, made it his own, nuanced it, and gave it a completely different aspect. But that's enough of my rambling. Let's get him off this stand and get him into shot. Let's start with the feet, as we always do. Your shoes here they're not perhaps the best sculpt I've ever seen, but at this price point they're pretty good. Pretty much a straight dress shoe. No real laces or anything like that, but they're pegged directly into the legs, so you've got a decent amount of articulation there. Oh, and there's a twist there at the top of the leg that I didn't even know was there. This is the great thing about doing these reviews. I learn more about the figures every time I take a look at them. But yeah, nicely sculpted, nice paint application. Not the most detailed shoes I've ever seen. No socks on there, just pegged directly in. But you know, I say at this price point you wouldn't expect to see socks on here. What they have done though is they've used black pegs on the shoes themselves, which is good to see. So if there is any riding up of that pant area there, that trouser area, you're not going to see any flesh tones underneath, which is good. So yeah, nicely done. The suit itself, now I'll lift this apron up. The suit itself is, and this is another thing that struck me as well when I first got this figure, is the quality of the material that Present Toys have used here. It's a really, really nice material. Let's bring the light in a little bit more here, just so we can, because I think the light is not the best. There we go. That's a lot better. Get a much better idea of the details now. But yeah, it's that grey pinstripe. The material it's made out of, I think it's cotton, and it's a really, really nice feel. It feels premium. It feels really nice. Stitch work's really good. And as always, getting a suit right in 1/6 scale is always a nightmare, one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Regulars to the channel will be sick of me banging on about that, but they've done a really good job here with these pants. The cut's right, the fall's right, and yeah, just overall, very, very nice job. Moving up, you get this apron, straightforward chef's apron. It's a white cotton. with some nice stitch work on there, some 6 scale stitch work around the edges there, and it ties at the back in a bow. Simple as that. Moving up, you've got the waistcoat, and I'll get this a little bit closer into shot here. Now, this waistcoat is nicely tailored. It's a black waistcoat, so as you can see, it's an absolute dust magnet, but nothing we didn't already know. But the tailoring is really nice. I don't know whether this has got snaps or no. So it doesn't come open. There are no snaps or real buttons there, so it's not meant to be removed. And then you've got this rather nice pink undershirt. Now, this is, if I've got any complaints about this figure, it's the collar on this shirt. The material itself is really nice. Once again, it's a cotton material, and it's that pink tone. And as people who've seen the TV show will know, let's say he dressed with a certain amount of flair, so pink shirt is in keeping. But also on that note, this collar area and this tie are not in keeping, because he was meticulous about his appearance in the TV show. And it's probably my only gripe about this figure, is this collar area is a bit of a mess. I don't know how they managed to get it like this. I might have to... I have tried to futz it in the past to get to... and the shirt itself is actually done up at the top there. It's not as though it's undone, but it gives the impression that it's undone, if that makes any sense, because it's the way it fastens at the top. So you can futz this tie up a little bit to try and cover up that, but it's a bit of a pain in the proverbials, and getting it to sit just right. Then you end up with the tie riding too high and sticking out like that. So it's a bit of a compromise. The whole thing looks, it's a bit off kilter, let's put it that way, which is a shame, really. And but it is what it is. Around the back here, the waistcoat's really nicely done. You've got that man-made fibre, that shiny man-made fibre on the back there. There's a belt with a plastic buckle there that ties to tighten it up. The shirt itself, really, really nicely done, really well stitched. The 6 scale stitch work is pretty good. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's pretty good, as I say, at this price point. Just that collar area is a little bit off to me. It plays to my OCD, what can I say? But yeah, let's take a look at this head sculpt now. Yeah, the important stuff. I'm going to drop him down here so I can get this head sculpt in as close as I can. Now, I've got to say, I think this head sculpt is really, really good. Catching the lighting right for this to get the skin tones, so that the camera catches the skin tones, because they are really, really well done. But overall, that sculpt, I think, is absolutely on point. Is it 100%? This is the question that Mr. Go Figure always asks himself in these reviews. Is it 100%? It's close. It's very, very close. I mean, the lips are right with that ever such a slight overhang of the top lip that Mads Mikkelson has. The eyes are on point, just about. I think there could be a little improvement in the eye area, but they're nice and glassy. They're the right colour. The paint applications on this head sculpt, and it's a fixed neck head sculpt, so you've got a decent amount of movement in here. So yeah, there's a full range of motion in there. But yeah, it's the paint applications, yeah, absolutely on point. Flesh tones, brilliantly done. Sculpt itself is really good. The hair, drop him down here a little bit, get this camera to focus. Hair's really nicely done. You've got individual strands in there. There's lighter areas, darker areas. Skin tones are on point. Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a fantastic head sculpt. Really, really good. Is it 100%? I'll ask the question again. Maybe ever so slightly off, but not enough, really, to... it's not a deal breaker. It isn't a deal breaker. It's just occasionally from the odd angle. It might look ever so slightly off, but no, to me, pretty much 100% Mads Mikkelson there. So yeah, really, really nice head sculpt. Apart from that collar, exceptional tailoring. Let's just check out the articulation. We'll start with the feet. We mentioned the feet. Let's lift this apron up and check out the knees. Yeah, you've got a ratcheted knee joint there, which will go up to about 45 degrees. As mentioned before, you've got a really nice amount of twist in that leg area there, and yeah, it'll move. Not only will you get that forward and backward motion, but you'll get that you get that lateral motion in there as well. So nice articulation. Moving up to the arms. butterfly joint at the shoulder there, which is really good, and then you've got these wonderful seamless arms. Now we'll swap one out on camera. Relatively simple to do. Yeah, all you need to do is just, they come off so easily. That's the wonderful thing about these. It's like Present Toys have been doing seamless arms forever. Did that one-handed without any issues, and you can just simply slot the other one on to that peg there, and getting the other one on with one hand's going to be fun. Will it work? Let's find out. Probably not. Here we go. Oh no, it doesn't want to work. Let's try again. And it's going to call me a liar here. Yeah, I'm just going to have to go off camera a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, just so you can be a little bit problematic getting them back on, but yeah, that's the gripping hand on. Relatively simple. Swap out for the arms. Now, obviously there is a joint there once you've swapped the arm out, but really with this shirt and the way it's done, you can futz it down so it covers that joint. So you can actually have him arms down, and that joint isn't visible. Yeah, just takes a little bit of mucking around with this with this rolled up shirt, and as you can see, it will drop down over there, so you can lose those joints completely, even with his arms straight by his sides, pretty much. But no one's going to pose him like this, so when the arm's bent, you're not going to see it at all as well. So yeah, rude, other than from underneath there, and who views the figures from underneath? Not me. So yeah, there you have it. That is Mads Mikkelson as Mr. Hannibal Lecter from the Hannibal TV show, given to us by Present Toys. So what we'll do is get him back on the stand, get him spinning again, and as we always do, going for final thoughts on this guy. Right, where to start? Let's get him looking into camera. That always helps. So, straight away, being a Present Toys fan, I had to say, from the packaging to the accessories to the figure itself, it felt to me like when I first got this figure a year ago, it felt like Present Toys had just stepped up their game. I think this is one of their best figures, I have to say. I'm in the top 10, top 5 maybe, of my favourite Present Toys. The others being things like Vincent Hanna, their Al Pacino from Heat, and their Daniel Day-Lewis, Gangs of New York. And I think when they get it right, they absolutely nail it on. I'm struggling to find anything wrong with this figure. I think the tailoring is great. I think the accessories are really, really good. I think the paint applications, I think that head sculpt is on point. I'm struggling to find anything wrong with this. And as viewers to the channel will know, if I can't find anything wrong with the figure, I've got to give it a 10. And genuinely cannot find anything wrong, other than I might have to mark it down for that collar. I think it's let down by that collar. And it's a real shame, because everything else is tailored so well, but that whole collar area lets it down. There's absolutely no way on God's green earth Mads Mikkelson's Hannibal Lecter will be seen dead. Forgive the pun. Is it a pun? Maybe it's a pun, I don't know. But he wouldn't be seen dead with his collar in that kind of shape. That's the only thing that, for me, that lets it down. Paint applications, everything else, all nailed on. So I'm going to give it I'm probably splitting hairs here. I'm going to give it a 9.5, a 9.8, if there is such a thing. I think it's just that one little thing that stops it from being a complete 10 for me. Just maybe certain angles on that head sculpt and that collar. But yeah, there you have it. That is Present Toys' take on Hannibal Lecter from the Hannibal TV series. What are your thoughts on this piece? Is it something you've got in your collection? Is it something are you a fan of the TV show? Are you a Present Toys collector? Anything at all? Drop a comment in the comment section below. Nothing is off menu. Now that was definitely a pun. Nothing is off menu, so please drop a comment in the comment section below. I'll be fascinated to hear your take on this piece. As I said, I've had it about a year. If you're thinking about picking it up, not sure if anybody will be stocking this. It might be an aftermarket job if you're wanting to get your hands on it. But yeah, at this price point, and if you're a fan of Mads Mikkelson, you're a fan of the Hannibal TV show, you can do a lot worse than pick this guy up. So yeah, I suppose all it remains for me to say is a massive thank you for watching. Nearly forgot what's coming up on the channel. I am not going to go into the list that I normally go into, because otherwise this video will go past Christmas. But suffice it to say, we have got a lot of quarter scale statues coming in. We've got a lot of 6 scale action figures from Caustic Plastic, Hot Toys, Premiere Toys, Susu Toys. We've got old and new reviews. We've got showcases. There's a couple of Grail pieces coming up on the channel, which we're going to be reviewing very, very shortly. One old, one new, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm not going to give too much away about those. We've got a Halloween special coming up, so stay tuned for that. And also, I will be torturing myself for your pleasure with more episodes of Don't Make Me Choose, where I have to put two of my favourite figures in the ring together, let them battle it out, and then lose one of them. Trust me, it's not easy. But yeah, all of that's coming up on the channel. So as I say, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon so you're not missing anything. A massive thank you for watching, as always. Take care of yourselves, happy collecting, and it's over to the showcase.